We're also seeing new trends in job analysis. Positions are being defined more broadly to accommodate flexibility in adapting to a changing workplace. More organizations are expanding their use of project-based structuring. In addition, there's a growing importance on teamwork. As a sidelight, if you find yourself applying for a job, the ad or the announcement will often contain a mix of both job descriptions and job specifications. Now, when you apply, you will want to tailor your application to target each and every point and list why your qualifications, experiences, and beliefs make you the best possible match for all of the KSAOs of that job. Now, we might think that a job is designed right at the point where the work is performed, maybe even by the immediate department head or supervisor. Well, it actually involves a good deal more than that, even though those closest to the workstation may have significant input. All of the inputs are under human resources. What the job is, how it fits into the organization's workflow, along with taking efficiency, motivation, safety, and health and mental capacity all into account. Under efficiency, we try to design a job to result in the greatest output per worker while holding down costs and keeping worker fatigue to a minimum and keeping it all as simple as possible. The idea is known as industrial engineering. Often organizations will make use of scientific research to study best ways of doing a job through time and motion studies. The idea is to find the best way of doing the job. Now, sometimes jobs can become so efficient they also become boring and make employees think that their contributions are meaningless. Motivation is also an important consideration. Studies show that among American workers, worker satisfaction with their jobs is on the decline. So making jobs more inspiring and motivating is part of job design. The text cites a job characteristics model developed by Richard Hackman and Greg Oldham. Now, those characteristics include items such as skill variety, task significance, autonomy, where an employee has some authority to make decisions, and feedback. The idea is to include as many of these aspects as possible in designing a job. Employees often want to know what their good efforts can lead to as far as advancement and increased responsibility goes. And with this in mind, job enlargement is factored into job design. Job enlargement can include what's known as job extension, the combining of several simple jobs into a bigger job with more tasks and responsibilities. There's also job rotation, the moving of employees from one position to another. Now, this often is employed in manufacturing, where employees may do different functions at different times and not just the same thing day after day. Motivation can also include job enrichment. Now, this is where employees have more decision-making authority added to their work. The motivating factors here are achievement, recognition, growth and responsibility, and performance. Many workers find greater job satisfaction if they're on self-managing work teams. The team takes on its own individual identity. Team members have great autonomy. The team can hire and make decisions. In this case, the job responsibilities are usually very broad, where all team members typically do all or nearly all of the tasks at some time or another. The key factor is effective teamwork with everyone involved and committed to success. Another motivating factor can occur when an employee is allowed some control over working conditions, and in particular when the work itself is convenient. Now, this is where the concept of the flexible work schedule comes in. Not everyone functions on a 9-to-5 clock or on any specific structured shift for that matter. One alternative is flex time, where employees are on the job between certain hours and can make up their full-time hours by coming in either a bit earlier or staying later in the day. Now, there is, of course, a core time in between when the employee has to be on the job. Now, there can also be job sharing, where two employees split the same position and each work half-time. Now, the attraction is that many workers who choose this option are only looking for part-time work but still need at least some workplace benefits. Now, this alternative gives the employees the ability to split the benefits. Perhaps one employee needs the organization's health insurance benefits, while the other may want the retirement package. Another alternative is the compressed work week. Some companies allow employees to put in 4 10-hour days to meet their 40-hour work week total. Other companies might build in a plan to have employees work some extended hours and then give that worker a day off every week or so. Telework is becoming another popular alternative. With the advent of the personal computer, it's no longer always necessary for the employee to actually be physically present at the office or on a job site. Working via the web enables workers to do their jobs from home or from wherever they happen to be. Human resources also leads the way in making sure workers protect their physical well-being and avoiding strains and injuries from repetitive movements, still getting the job done. This is called ergonomics. The idea is to reduce fatigue, pains, and health complaints. Ergonomics seeks to minimize physical strain by adapting work to how the body functions. Now, this can mean modifying the equipment used on the job, redesigning jobs, and targeting work practices that lead to injuries. And finally, human resources also deals with limiting errors, particularly mental errors. Now, this can involve designing jobs that meet mental demands, capabilities, and limitations. One way is to limit the amount of information and memorization needed. Adequate lighting, for instance, can make a difference, along with providing easy-to-read gauges, simple equipment, clear instructions, and selecting employees with the abilities to handle them. Well, now that we've taken a look at human resources environments, it's time to move forward and take a look at acquiring and preparing human resources.